What's going on, my friends? It's Nick with Western Twin Cities Home Tours. We are back again in Anton Village by Robert Thomas Homes. We are in St. Michael once again. We are at 4601 Jamocha Ave Northeast. I'm gonna pop into the house and start my little recap. As you can see, this is still an active construction zone. So the neighborhood is still being built with plenty of available lots, which I will show you on their map here shortly, but just gonna get inside. So once again, we're in St. Michael, rapidly growing. We'll call it a suburb of the Twin Cities. We are in the northwest metro, about 45 minutes to an hour outside of downtown Minneapolis, depending on traffic, but beautiful area, tons of green space. We're just east of Pelican Lake, south of Albertville. We are in the St. Michael Albertville School District, and just a little bit to the northwest of the Crow Hassan Park Reserve and Hanover. Very close to Rogers, Otsego, Elk River, and Maple Grove is just a hop, skip, and a jump down 94. And by that, I mean probably 15 minutes, 20, depending on how heavy your foot is. At any rate, we are at the Virginia. This is one of Robert Thomas's newest model homes. This home is a 5-bed, 4-bath, 3,232 finished square feet. We've actually got a 4-car garage on this one. Really nice layout. I've gone through and taken a look at everything for y'all ahead of time, but we'll pop through and do our thing. I talk about this a lot in new builds, but one of the main draws for a new construction home, aside from the fact that everything is new, everything is under warranty for certain periods of time, depending on what it is, but really just the layout lends itself very well to a modern lifestyle. Again, 5 beds, 4 upstairs, 1 down in the basement, in the lower level, plus an office, dedicated work from home space, or whatever you want to use it for. And again, Robert Thomas, top notch. Their team is fantastic to work with. I have multiple clients that live in this neighborhood on this street, and they've been very happy with their homes. So right off the entryway, we've got our work from home space, which we saw earlier. French doors with the glass panes, very nice sized workspace to use it for whatever, possibly an exercise room as well if you have no need for a work from home space, but lots of options here. So you really got 6 rooms. 5, of course, are dedicated bedroom spaces, plus the office here. Lovely accent wall. You can see we've got the oversized artwork there. So if you want to hang your guitars or whatever you might want behind you for your Zoom calls, nice little addition. Plenty of outlets, beautiful windows. These are single hung windows and soaring ceilings throughout the main level. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I believe the main level ceilings are 9 feet plus. Your flooring product is going to be a high quality vinyl plank here. Really nice for busy households that might have pets running around as well. You've got kind of a warm color here, emulating that kind of weathered oak. Really plays nicely off of the light paint colors and just the general bright aesthetic of the home. Got a closet here right off the main entry. Always convenient to have, and per usual, you've got the built-in wire shelving with the free slide rails. And right off the entry, you've got a lovely half bath, quartz countertops, got the floral wallpaper. As many of you may know, wallpaper is making a comeback. Specifically in powder rooms, I've seen some very splashy stuff, but I love it. Very convenient to have that off of your entertaining spaces, but tucked away from the dining areas and your main sitting space. So here we have the money shot. Again, all of these homes have a beautiful open concept layout where you want it, which is going to be in this main room here. Just think about entertaining, post sporting events, you name it. Sitting area here, you can see they've got a full-size sofa with 2 sets of chairs, so certainly room for a large sectional. Either way you cut it, very spacious. You got two beautiful oversized picture windows just behind the sofa there, and then two more flanking your entertainment unit. Got kind of the fluted accent panels. These are all the rage. Nice little contrast with the walls. Beautiful electric insert for the fireplace. Some of their other models do offer gas, which you might have seen in previous videos. So an array of options here. You'll just have to talk to the builder during construction. And as you can see, you've got room for the TV above the chunky mantel space and room on either side if you wanted to add some credenzas or storage units. Really quite lovely. Can lighting throughout the main level. You do have another pond out back. Always nice to have water. And moving into the kitchen space, similar to some of the others, you've got kind of an eat-in/formal dining space. You can see they've got this set for 6, but given the amount of space on either side, it would certainly be no trouble to have seating for 8 or even 10 plus guests if you're hosting for meals, holiday gatherings, whatever it might be. Moving into the sunroom, really nice to have. You can see they've got a sectional sofa in here, 2 really large sliding windows. And this home is oriented on a little bit of an angle. I know it'll vary on the lot, which I'll show you in just a moment, but this is more or less facing the southern side of the home. So the sun is just gonna make its way around this space. Really lovely, entertaining spot. You've got the sliding door here. There's your stringer once again. If you wanted to add a deck, it'd be pretty sweet to have a sunroom and a deck. Kind of a rare find. And then you do also have a vaulted ceiling here, which just adds to the open feel and the airiness of the space. It feels really nice. It is a bright, sunny April day, but nonetheless, on the gloomiest days, I'm sure it'll be nice and bright in here. Moving into the kitchen, another luxurious kitchen. Robert Thomas is really, really great at this. Got the quartz counters, a little bit of the contrast with that nice kind of dark chocolate or espresso colored wood on the island. 3 bar stools for eat-in seating. And this is a little bit different than some of the others in that you've got the entire island space. So if you wanted to put a spread out, like I would say, charcuterie board, hors d'oeuvres, if you're hosting for the big game, certainly plenty of room to do that. Shaker style cabinets, of which there are plenty. Soft closed drawers. Got a double basin undermount sink here. Again, overlooking that pond. Love that. Just kind of brings the nature into the house a little. Beautiful backsplash. You've got the textured subway tile and stainless appliances. You can see the dishwasher there. And then once again, we've got the LG gas cooktop with tons of storage and counter space on either side. So if you like to cook, I like to cook. I'm not necessarily great at it, but for those chefs out there, this is perfect. Got the hood vent there. Plenty of storage in the island itself. Very well appointed kitchen. Water and ice dispensing on your refrigerator. You know you're coming up in the world when you've got that. And then per usual, when you've got the cooktop set up here, we've got our wall oven with the microwave sitting right above that. I think this is arguably the most functional kitchen setup, wall ovens with the cooktop. Then we have a beautiful oversized pantry. Some of their models will have the corner pantry, which is easily just as nice, but you could almost call this a butler's pantry, and you've got the quartz counters there as well. So if there's anything you want to keep out of the way, countertop appliances, dry goods storage, you name it, you've got tons of space there. Moving into the mudroom, a nice little mudroom space right off the garage, which we'll see in just a moment. You can see they've got a bench there, plenty of room if you wanted to install like a hall tree locker system, and then you do also have the coat closet here as well. Same thing, comes standard with the wire shelving with the free slide, plenty of room in there. So really a nice little drop zone as you enter your home. Popping out to the garage here. So this home actually has a 4-car garage, and I'll make my way around the side, but we've got a standard 3-stall with the single being a tandem actually. It's a really nice size. And this home actually does have motors installed on both of the main doors. You'll often see the 3rd stall roughed in with a motor. As I mentioned in previous videos, people tend to use these for storage. If you have 3 vehicles, great, of course, but this area tends to end up as a storage area, or I've even seen golf simulators added in here as well. So here's that additional tandem stall. And it is quite deep. I don't have my laser meter on me here, but you could certainly fit your weekend convertible in there if you'd like. Or like I said, great spot to add a golf simulator or just general purpose storage. Your electrical panel is actually going to be in the garage on this model. I don't even have to pop it open. I can say with a high degree of certainty that you're going to have 200 amps of service to this home. So if you wanted to add an EV charger or anything like that, you should have ample power to do so. Tall ceilings. I believe these doors are a little bit over 7 foot, probably between 7 and 8 feet, but really nice to have all this space, and that tandem stall is a sweet bonus. Per usual, you've got your MyQ Smart app here. I always joke about that. Leaving the house and, oh shoot, did I shut the garage? If you're pulling away in a hurry and you forgot, that's always a nice little bonus. Another great look at that kitchen. This whole room is just perfect for entertaining. And we'll head upstairs to the living quarters. Upgraded carpets throughout. I know it seems like a small thing to comment on, but it's just nice to have something a little bit nicer than just your standard big box stuff. Picture window there facing the adjacent home, which, as I mentioned, is still being built. So it is still a developing neighborhood, although it has certainly filled in quite a bit over the last several years that I've been coming up here helping folks. We're gonna take a right into the primary suite. Really nice setup here. Tons of space. Got the king size bed, oversized nightstands, nice little accent wall, and I'm gonna pan up just a little bit here. You even got a nice little tray ceiling. So it just feels very elevated. Bring your Texas-sized furniture, as I call it. You'll have plenty of space. Another beautiful look at that pond. Certainly picture playing a little bit of pond hockey there. In the winter, as Minnesota is known for, we are the state of hockey. And this is southwest facing as well, so you'll get those nice golden hour sun rays coming through that window. And we are just above the sunroom. Moving into the ensuite, again, one of the highlights of new builds is that you get the rare ensuite. It can be a difficult find with existing construction. Of course, they're out there, but it's almost the standard, I want to say, for a new build. But beautiful floor cladding. They're kind of a marble look tile. Oversized double vanity. Again, you've got all the upgraded mirrors and fixtures. Got kind of the black with the gold or bronze look. Outlets on either side. So again, we're not fighting over who's using the blow dryer. Just gonna go straight ahead here. So your walk-in closet is on the bathroom, so that makes it extra convenient when you're getting ready in the morning. And once again, these come standard with the shelving, free slide rails. Nice, dedicated toiletry and linen closet. Really nice to have. And then over here, we've got our commode. Not a private water closet, but nonetheless, that's pretty fancy if you've got that. And once again, on par with what Robert Thomas does. Just a beautiful shower. And as I always say, the tile tells the tale. Crispy workmanship. They really pay attention to detail with this. Get these beautiful textured subway tiles and the honeycomb shower pan as well. Frameless door, which I always like to point out, so it does open both ways. It's almost a work of art. They do a really, really nice job. And the primary is relatively private, I'd say. It's kind of got its own, not wing per se, but you're definitely gonna have your own amount of privacy over there. Bedroom number 2 up here. All of these bedrooms in these homes, like I said, we're just a touch over 3,200 square feet. So these are gonna be all ample size bedrooms. We've got a full size bed here, if I'm not mistaken. East facing. Got a little bit of a pony walk-in, as I would say, but still better than just a standard closet. Really nice to have. You even got window there. Very, very nice. And something that often gets overlooked, you know, again, just talking about the positives of new builds, just having the bedrooms clustered up here. If you got a number of family members, maybe some smaller ones you want to keep an eye on, you've got 4 of your main bedrooms all up here clustered on the main level, which is really nice. Moving into the hall bath, got a luxury vinyl tile flooring, if I'm not mistaken. Oversized single vanity, so you've got plenty of counter space there. Quartz, once again, all upgraded fixtures and hardware. And then a nice clean tub insert. As I mentioned before, and I was just talking about, love me a nice tiled shower, but hard to beat an insert when it comes to keeping it clean, especially for the more high traffic bathrooms that are being shared. Bedroom number 3, once again, got a nice full-size bed in here. Plenty of windows. We're on the east and southern elevation of the home here. Nice closet, free slide, storage once again. And I always like to point out, with these standard size closets, they've got the sliding doors, which I'm personally a huge fan of these, especially over bifold. I mean, nothing inherently wrong with a bifold closet, but the sliding doors just give you the maximum usage of the square footage in the bedrooms, not to be overlooked. So it allows more room for furniture and whatnot. And here's bedroom number 4. Once again, very ample size here. And same thing with the closet. Good amount of storage space there with the sliding doors once again. And always nice to have laundry room on the upper level for all the bedrooms. We've got a stackable set here, but like I said, these are included. Oftentimes, occasionally you'll have to bring your own, but for most of these models that we are taking a peek at, these come with. Take that with a grain of salt. Like I mentioned, always want to chat with your builder. These are all customizable as far as what packages you get, whether that's finishes or certain elements of the home like that. Another shot of our main living area. Just fantastic. Like I mentioned, obviously they're building right next door, but even that said, the noise is not bad. And that will obviously come to an end in the near future, but it is an active development. Moving down to the lower level, I just love these. We've got another walkout lot here. Beautiful sliding door with the pond in the background. Nice sectional couch. Got the entertainment console right behind it, and the entertainment unit here as well. And here we've got another lovely 3/4 bath, oversized vanity, quartz counters, and I believe the flooring here is either going to be luxury vinyl tile or sheet vinyl. Either way, really nice for high wear and dedicated for this bedroom. Really large 5th bedroom. This is actually a king size bed, just for reference. And they've got a nightstand over there as well as a table. And certainly you could add a dresser in here if you felt compelled, but kind of rare to have 2 bedrooms that will accommodate a king size bed. And this does have its own walk-in closet as well, on par with the rest of the home. Really great ceiling height. I want to say 8 feet. And again, as I've mentioned before, these walkouts are really nice because they feel more like a lower level than a basement. So it's not going to feel like a dungeon down here. Aside from just the walkout itself, the natural light just really is nice. And as you can see, they've poured a concrete patio down here already, so that's nice to have off the rip. And we are right beneath our sunroom. So easy access to your backyard, and overall just a really, really nice, entertaining space. And last but not least, like I always say, not the most exciting part of the home, but I do like to showcase the amount of storage that these homes will have in the basement area, so you're not having to clutter your garage. Granted, this one does have the 4-stall tandem, but all the niceties of modern construction. As I always say, high efficiency furnace, got a 200 amp panel out there, air to air exchanger. You actually have a tankless water heater here. And then we've got our sump basket over there with the passive radon mitigation. And of course, you got your low volt center here. So really nice to have and very easily accessible. As I always say, if you like what you're seeing, reach out to me. I've worked with Robert Thomas a number of times. I'm familiar with their team. Fantastic, consummate professionals, as I always say. And that's inclusive of all their contractors. I think the work speaks for itself. The team will give you a fantastic experience. If you're interested in what you're seeing, if you want to learn more about builder incentives, reach out. 612-708-8910 is my cell. Or you could shoot me an email, Nick, N-I-C-K, at tothetwincities.com. Would love to help you out or chat more about Robert Thomas and what they have to offer. And last but not least, which I've probably said a few times, but just to look at the neighborhood. You can see we've got the pond, areas all around the neighborhood. We've got the park over here, and all of the lots that you see in green are still available. So the neighborhood is, roughly half built out. That's all for today. Until next time.